Hello, everybody. My name is Angela Hayman, and I'm here with my sidelines here tonight, Ginger Cordero and Amy Clement Sasser. And we just want to share some things that have been on our hearts lately. And so, Amy, I'm going to go ahead and let you have center stage right now. So go ahead, honey.
All right, can y'all hear me okay?
Mhm.
Okay, good deal. Okay, I have, and I've heard this, but it wasn't until I actually listened to the audiobook that it really drove home with me. And that is going for no. And what that means is, normally we all focus on getting somebody to say, yes, I'm interested. I want more information. Yes, I want to try it. Yes, I want to do a 7-day challenge. Yes, yes, that's what we want, because a yes means they're that much closer to ordering or joining or whatever, right? Okay. So when you go for for instance, we do the 5-3-1, right? Where you talk to 5 new people, you follow up with 3, and you reach out to one team member or train one person a week. So what you can do is set a goal for the number of no's that you want to get in a week. Let's say we want 10 people to tell us no, right? So if we get 7 people to say yes, that's great. Until we get our 10 no's, we haven't gotten to that point yet. And so it keeps us going instead of slowing down when we get yeses, which is brilliant. In the audiobook Go for No, he talks about how before he figured that out, he had a quota of I think 5 sales a week or something like that. And it was Tuesday and he'd already gotten 3, I think. And so he slowed down. He's like, wow, I'd love to go play golf tomorrow. And so he took off and played golf. And then all these other things. He helped this other person at his job. Instead of, making sales calls, he helped somebody else with something else. And then he went and played golf on Thursday. Well, then he ended up slipping and hitting his head, being coma or something. I don't remember exactly what happened, but anyway, he was out of commission. And so he did not reach his sales goal for the week. And so if we aim to get more people to tell us no than we do people to tell us yes, we will keep working longer than we would have and harder than we would have if we were just trying to get, say, 3 people to order a 7-day trial this week. And so, it just makes sense. I had heard people say, oh, go for no's, blah, 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 whatever. And I didn't really understand what that meant. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't really until I listened to that book. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's the author who reads it on the audiobook. And so he was telling the story from his perspective that, while he was asleep or whatever, that he visited his future self. If he had not made those decisions, if he had listened to somebody in a previous job or something like that and actually gone for no, what could have happened? And it was crazy, the difference. And he was like, the guy who started going for no was more successful because he kept making sales calls. And, this goes right along with, the really short, you want to talk to more people in less time thing, where you can say, if you were actually making a phone call, or if you were going door to door, you could say something like, you wouldn't want to work from home, would you? Make extra money, would you? Or you wouldn't want to get healthy and get paid for it, would you? And so people that say, most people, I'm sorry, with those questions are going to say, well, yeah, how do I do that? And so when you ask people that simple yes or no, duh kind of a question, you talk to more people in less time. And the people that say no, okay, thanks, and you go on to the next person. But when the people say yes, you've got somebody interested. And so it just kind of.
I remember, Amy, if I may go ahead and piggyback off of that.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of reading that or listening to that book as well on Audible, and they talked about they got one yes out of every 60 no. Okay, so they got 60 no's or 59 no's before they got a yes. And so that's really bad, but they were able to get the 60 no's in like an 8-hour period of time, whereas before they were just able to get 2 yeses over the course of a month.
Yeah.
So, in essence, they were able to get 1 yes every single day because they were like, okay, for 8 hours, I can go for 59 or 60 no's, and then I'll get a yes. And
exactly.
So instead of, just getting 1 no, every 2 weeks or something, they were getting,
yes,
getting a yes, every 2 weeks or something. They were able to get a yes every day. And so it, exponentially exploded like, from 1 or 2 to 30.
Yeah, and that was insurance. Yeah, and that was insurance.
Like a speed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like speed dating.
Yeah. I haven't read the book yet, but I ordered it yesterday, so I should be getting it in the next 2 days. So
good.
But I wanted to say that explanation makes so much more sense and makes it seem so much more something that you want to do. Because I'll be honest, from the beginning, when I keep hearing people say, go for no, the more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. Well, when you're first starting out, no's are devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And and people are telling you, go for those no's. Well, if you get 2 or 3 no's, you're like ready to stop, because no one likes that rejection, especially right off the bat when you really don't know what you're doing anyway, and you're trying to feel your way and they keep telling you no. But if you tell people, tell your people, okay, we want a goal, let's set a goal for 10 no's. So then when they start getting those no's, it's not like they're failing, they're actually succeeding, because that's their goal, is to get the no's. So it's almost like doing a positive affirmation in a backwards, through the back door kind of thing.
And you celebrate.
That makes a whole lot more sense than just telling people to go for no.
Oh yeah, and when you do that with those especially with the new people, you celebrate the no's. When they reach their goal for the number of no's, you celebrate it. And that way it keeps them from like, people are telling me no, from like shrinking down and like walking away. I can't do this. People are telling me no. And it keeps,
Well, it does get you out of your comfort zone, because who likes to hear no? I mean,
exactly.
No one does, and that's what's so crazy is like a 2-letter word, N-O, can have just a dramatic experience on us personally, where, we personally, you want to be able to grow outside of your comfort zone. And if you are not able to, get a no from someone, I mean, it could be as simple as, do you like the color green? No, I don't like the color green. And that's essentially the kind of attitude that we need to be able to develop, and not take so personal of how they know. No, I don't like the color green. Oh, okay. I mean, they did a study on doctors, like they lose patience, right? And so what is it that they train the doctors in medical school? They train them to go for the word next. Next. Okay, I lost a patient. Next. And that is something that has been able to grow and thrive in their business. Like if you were to have a doctor be like, oh, I lost a patient today, I think I'm going to quit my job. I mean, seriously? No, I don't think so. What do you think, Ginger?
I think that's great because, like I said, for me, when I was first starting out and they would tell me, you know, you want to go for no, it didn't make any sense to me. I want to go for yes. I want yeses. But I think with us being able to explain that that's a goal.
Yes.
And it makes it easier for them for us not to take it like it's a personal rejection of us. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Nobody
would to say, you know, okay, that was a no. Let's move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Move on.
Can I go ahead and share a positive affirmation that I made for myself earlier this week? And it's kind of personal, but I'm going to go ahead and share with you because I think it's really useful. I think it's really relevant, may very well helps anyone who's listening to this. So it goes off. I am a high income earner. I have been promoted to senior gold finally. I am not afraid to talk to people about the business opportunity because I am bold and I am courageous. It does not bother me when people say no. It is like they are saying that they don't like the color green. It's not a big deal. I do not take it personally when they say no because I am strategic and wise and not afraid to fail or make mistakes. I am on my way to Emerald. My influence with my team and trust continues to grow, and they are learning how to be the best leader they can be for their teams. I am successful. I am attracting successful people on my team because I am personally growing and developing myself to be a better leader. Now, when you are talking about positive affirmations, Sonia Dudley, she talked earlier in the year about this app called Repeat It Again. And so you can just go ahead and you can hear yourself say it over and over and over again. And, you know, faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. That's what the Bible says. Well, imagine if you took that personal thing and just listened to it over and over again while you were driving in the car. Do you think that you are more apt to believe yourself, hear it saying over and over again versus hearing someone else say it about you? I think that is very life-changing, to be honest. You know, you want to be able to fill yourself up with faith. You know, that, yes, I can do this. And, you know, going for the no, you don't have to go for 15 no's in a day. You could start off small with just, you know, do one no a day. And if you did that consistently over the course of a week, how many no's would you have? You'd have 7. Well, let's say you took another baby step and then the following week you went for 2 no's a day. You know, that's 14. And then you just gradually increased it. So instead of 30 no's a month, you would have 60 no's a month, right? So I think positive affirmations is what's going to help you get over the hang up of, you know, I'm afraid to have someone tell me no.
Positive affirmations are huge because we believe what we hear most of the time, you know, and if you're saying negative things, hi, Chloe, if you're saying negative all the time and filling your head with negative things, that's the loop that's running in your head all the time. Mm-hmm. But if you know, instead turn that around to positive, and I'm not saying that you necessarily have to lie. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, we don't want to necessarily lie, but we want to put it in a positive way, something that we might otherwise see as negative. Whereas we think that, you know, perhaps we're not as bold as we'd like to be. But the fact that we're even trying makes us courageous. I have courage to do the job that I need to do. And, you know, pretty soon after you keep telling yourself that and that over and over again, that'll move into I am bold. Mm-hmm. I am, you know, and you can change your positive affirmations and make them even more bigger than they were to begin with. instead of going the other way with the negativity, because negative breeds negative, and that is just a fact. And you start talking to yourself like that, you're going to get so down on yourself, you're not going to want to move, because you're just going to feel like there's nowhere for me to go, because I am just so bad at this. I can't do this. Whatever it may be. I don't have a big enough testimony. I don't have all these things that I don't have, instead of turning around and saying, you know what? I am on this journey. I am going to make this happen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that makes a huge difference in your mindset. Mindset is over half the battle is in your mind. Mm-hmm. If you believe you can do it, what was the saying? Whether you believe you can or you can't.
You're right.
Right. So I think that's huge. And I love yours. It was awesome.
So thanks. I came up with it. I've done these other positive affirmations before, but I was listening to this particular one while I was on my 4-mile workout the other day. And, I was listening to this podcast, and I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Zig Ziglar, he is absolutely amazing for motivation and inspiration. He is like one of the, he's already passed away and everything, but his legacy still lives on. And, we're going to talk about some follow-up ideas as well, but I want to first of all talk about some sales statistics where, okay, there's quite a bit, so let me go ahead and read it, okay? It says here that 48% of sales never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and then stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and then stop. And this is about follow-ups, okay? Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made in the second contact. Oh, you got that. Oh, you're so smart. Okay, 5% of sales are made in the third contact. And then 10% of sales are made in the fourth contact. And look at this next one. It says that 80% of sales are made in the 5th to the 12th contact. Now, how many people have you contacted and you're at like number 3? Okay, you've contacted them like 3 times and they haven't even said anything, right? How many people have been there? How do I get this off?
Oh, yeah.
10.
Okay. How do I get rid of that? There we go. Thanks, Amy. You're pretty awesome. The thing is that you don't want to give up, because I know that there are people that I've reached out to like already 20 times already this year, and they still have said nothing yet, but they are that much closer, so you have to be really consistent. I also want to make note of what is it that you can say to these potentials. A follow-up with a potential could be, hey, how are you doing? It doesn't have to be about Plexus, because remember, this is about relationship marketing. You want to make sure that when you talk to them, that you're not just puking Plexus all over them left and right. You don't want your relationship with them to just be Plexus oriented. You want to have that relationship with them. So I have some questions, and Ginger, will you help me with some of these?
Sure.
The first one is that you can do as a follow-up is, are you willing to spend more or less than you are currently spending to see results? Another one could be, are you currently satisfied with the product that you are taking to see the results that you want? Are you currently looking to feel better or to save money? Are you currently looking to get healthier? Another one is, how much money are you willing to spend to see a difference in how you feel? Another one is, which is more important to you? The ingredients that are natural and plant-based or the taste? The next one is quality with a 60-day money-back guarantee more important, or getting the cheapest thing you can find, whether the quality is good or not important? What is your current regime? Have you always wanted to be healthy? What has brought you to where you are today? Now, you want to keep in mind that these questions, you don't want to provide yes or no answers. So you want to make them think about their decision, you know, kind of like almost like interview them to see if they are a right candidate for Plexus. Because not everyone is going to be, like, some people may want a quick fix overnight, and, you know, if that's the case, then they really don't have the right mindset, and so it's probably not a good time for them. And really just recommend that you almost be a consultant for them versus a salesman. You want to be able to be like, hey, I have a product that I think just might very well work. Or just be like, you know what, I really don't think this is a good time for you. So, you know, Ginger, you want to go with the next one?
Yes. You, if you found something that worked and you never have to try something else again, would you do it? Is there a price point that you would say is too expensive? The purpose of these questions is not to sell people, but you would be consultant and interview people and find out what their need is and see if you can help them. This will build your trust even more with them. You want to get people to change the way they think, change the way they feel, then change the way they act. You aren't interested in making extra money on the side to be a stay-at-home mom, are you? So those are all really good questions. And, you know, a lot of times when we're prospecting, you know, we always want to leave them with a question so that they have to, you know, leave that door open so that it's in their ballpark now and they need to, you know, be able to get back to you. If you just leave them without any question, then you really don't have an open door for that next follow-up. If you leave them with a question, then you have that follow-up. But these questions are things that, you know, if they answer these and their answer is, you know, if you found something that worked and you never have to try something again, would you do it? Well, I don't know. It depends. You know, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Well, how much is too much? I mean, you get those questions out of the way first, and then you know whether or not you're even going to be able to pursue this lead at this time, or if it's something you need to put on your calendar for follow-up later because they're not ready right now.
Well, there's also the issue of price versus cost, you know, like a lot of people, they don't see the difference between the two, but in reality, there is a difference. For example, price is, you know, the price to join is $34.95 to join, right? It's for the whole entire year. The cost of it, well, where it gets expensive is when you don't use it, okay? You pay $34.95 for a whole year, and you never touch the website, you never order the products or anything like that, then yeah, it kind of is like a gamble per se, and it may be kind of expensive. Now, the $34.95 is a lot cheaper than some of these other companies. The entry, you know, is, oh my gosh, like so much cheaper. But, you know, I use the website very often, like every single day almost. So the cost is very low for me. So, you know, there is a difference. Just like, you know, buying your favorite shirt. You know, if you wear it all the time and you spent $50, but you wear it every single week, you know, it's going to be very valuable to you. Whereas if you spent $50 and you only wore it, you know, just one time, well, that's a very expensive shirt.
Yeah.
To have it hanging up in your closet.
Right.
So anything else, ladies?
Can't think of anything.
Okay, well, I appreciate everyone being on the call tonight. Thank you so much. Go ahead.